lines. And 3, 2, 1.
And match number 7 is underway. All of our robots are in motion during auto. Blue places a cube on the scale, courtesy of Team Taters taking first control. Team Sprocket attempts to place one but misses. Taters do manage to land a second one on the scale, starting Teleoff with a lead of 2. At the moment, both alliances have control of their own switches. Taters continuing to build up that lead on the scale. They have placed 3 cubes so far. Red has not placed any. Looks like Team Sprocket and 4322 getting into each other's way a little bit, so they're trying to clear out so they can place on the scale. Now, Eagle Robotics is also adding to that scale for Blue as their alliance partners, Team Taters, start ferrying some cubes into the exchange. Over on Red, 2493, placing their own exchange cubes. Looks like Red's switch is currently being battled over, but they do maintain control. With a minute 30 left to go in the match, Red does now have a cube on the scale, but it is firmly in Blue's control. Blue Alliance has played a Levitate power-up, and Taters continuing to push more of those cubes into the exchange. Red plays a Levitate of their own as they're trying to fight back against Blue's lead. Red is now starting to get more and more cubes on the scale, but it's not yet enough to keep up with Eagle Robotics on Blue. Looks like 7157 on Blue, playing some defense on the Red robots. We have about a minute left to go in the match. Taters continuing to put more and more of those cubes into the exchange, and also making sure to keep control of their own blue switch. Some cubes falling off of the blue side of the scale. It might be an opening for Red to take back control. There's not that much time left though, as we're approaching the final 30 seconds of the match. 3473 has a cube with them, trying to take back control of the Red switch. Looks like they do have that, earning them some points in the final 30 seconds. On the Red Alliance side, 4322 is attaching to their rung. On Blue, Taters have hooked on and are looking to climb with their alliance partners in tow. Moving into just the last 10 seconds of the match, some final chances to climb. Looks like Taters are heading up, and they and their alliance partners are off the ground. Red does not lift up in time, so that is our final play of the match. Results for that match are in. Blue Alliance winning with a score of 486 to 174. Now we're going to hand it off to RSN for a closer look at that match.
Despite missing the auto quest, Blue Alliance definitely dominating in that match. Steve, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we saw Team Taters 21-22 going for their vault early. probably the most full we've seen the vault so far this morning, really ratcheting up their score there and giving themselves enough time to do that double climb. They would have loved to have had that AutoQuest RP, but at least they get to face the boss and the win.
Absolutely, that face of boss is going to make the difference over the course of the event, as well as taking advantage of the hour power-ups in your vault. 21-22 really showing their versatility out there. They're going to be one of the best robots we see this weekend.
Yeah, and I want to highlight what 43-22 was doing during that match. Even though the scale was tipped almost 4 cubes to none early in the match, they kept going for it on the red side. That's critical, because if you abandon the scale when it's away from you, the other alliance gets to abandon the scale. And so they just have a massive advantage that they never have to worry about the scale again. So keeping pressure on blue to stay there, left 399, still working that scale all the match. Looked good, kept the scale, but you've got to keep the other alliance honest. If you just abandon one aspect of the game, then you've already lost.
Absolutely, and a nice clean double climb at the end there with Ubotics climbing on Taters. Let's take a look at match number 8.